Welcome back to another episode of Locked On Hoops with myself, Ben, and Jamel. Man, we right in the thick of the summer. Summer leagues coming up, NBA off-season signings, and of course, Olympics right around the corner. But how you doing?
Man, I'm all right, man. I can't complain. Well, I can't complain, but like nobody cares because I'm
Yeah,
sure
it's not gonna do you no good.
I'm sure everybody else is dealing with the same heat I'm dealing with. Um, hoop never stops. The league is always going. We
Yeah,
got summer league starting tomorrow. I'm pretty sure Bronny and well, they are going to be in prime time. They play the Rockets. Um, Go figure that. Uh, he looked pretty decent yesterday. I mean, well, decent for him. He had 3 points, 3 assists, 6 boards, and a couple blocks. Other than the blocks, the boards and the steals, that kind of stood out. But his
yeah,
real test, his real test is coming up this weekend where he's about to get this work from, rookies and from the rookies in this class, second year players that didn't get too much burn. And I seen a couple of rotational players that was in the playoffs playing in summer league. They out of pocket for sure.
yeah, yeah. It should be interesting. Yeah, I think he had what 5 points, 3 assists. He had a couple blocks, a couple steals. So I mean. Yeah, obviously he's versatile, but it's just a matter of can he put it together. I think with some of the top competition that are probably better than him, just being honest. So yeah, we'll see.
A prospect I'm kind of interested in seeing, but it's just for my own personal. It's kind of like you watching a car crash and you looking at it smiling, yeah, but you're happy like you're not involved in it. But it's always fun when somebody else is.
Right.
Uh, Zach Edey on the Memphis Grizzlies. Boy, I want to see that so bad.
Yeah, and he had a tip in at
Oh,
in
whoa.
one of the games. Pause. But he it ended up tying the game and going into overtime. So and he actually showed some expression. Normally, it's like a blank face.
hmm You
So
know, and he's not playing with Team Canada this year. Well, yeah, this Olympics. I don't think. Well, they probably will need his size. Spain and like the whole world plays big except for the Americas. So, um,
yeah,
did
yeah.
you did you see the little showcase last night?
Yeah, I seen some of it.
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. I lasted about 5 minutes watching that shit.
Yeah, yeah. They're just trying to put something out there, keep everybody interested. They got all the content all on social media and everything. So I get what they're doing.
I seen some of the highlights. I was looking at RJ Barrett, former Nick, and I'm just like, this dude is still lame as hell, man.
Yeah, up there in yeah Toronto now. But yeah, that team does have some good young talent besides Dylan Brooks. But other than that,
I mean,
they got some good talent.
he's all right. Like he's not that bad. Like in the NBA, he's kind of unbearable because of his personality and thinking he's better than he actually is. But
Yeah, you got
uh,
confidence issues on
oh,
the other side.
definitely. But if he like plays his position, he's not that bad to deal with. And like honestly, he's kind of one of them dudes that remind me of you hate him when you're playing against him, but if he's on your team, you probably would love him.
Yeah, yeah. Pat like a Pat Bev or like a Draymond. Draymond hadn't been on another team yet, but those type of guys.
Big facts, man. So yeah, Team USA beat Team Canada yesterday in their little warm up as they get ready for the Olympics in 2 weeks. And right before they took the floor. There was some breaking news to nobody's surprise. Well, I don't know about nobody, but to my surprise, because I was looking at the pictures and Kawhi looked like he didn't want to be there from the start. Kawhi Leonard, he's leaving Team USA due to, well, not due to injury. His official reasoning was to focus on the upcoming season, but yeah, there's some concerns about his knee. The same knee that kind of held them out of the playoffs this year. I mean, at this point, he's just too injury prone. Like he is who he is, and like
Yeah,
this is one of the reasons why I'm glad like Jalen Brunson is not playing, or like any of the Knicks are not playing on the Olympic team. To be honest with you, they don't get paid. I mean, sure, it's an honor to represent your country and get a gold medal or whatever, but I think an NBA championship kind of trumps a gold medal.
yeah, I agree. And yeah, I was surprised that Kawhi even went. I mean, this knee issue or issues he's been having for the past, I don't know, at least 5 years have just been off and on. So yeah, I don't really know honestly how much of a career he has left. Because when when it matters, he's just not able to stay on the court. So yeah, I'm not surprised. It is interesting that he went, and he never looks like he wants to be anywhere. I don't know if I've seen this dude. That Kawhi laugh that a lot of people have as their drop is probably the last time I've heard him laugh. So yeah, it was interesting that he was there, and yes, they end up swapping him out for Derrick White. Uh, and you almost got the Boston big four on the team besides Jalen, which we'll get into that.
Like all the players in the world, and they got Derrick White, and that's nothing against him, but
Right.
come on, you got like Kyrie out there, you even got Jaylen Brown out there, and you going with Derrick White. Like I don't know what Grant Hill's doing, but seeing the way that the Atlanta Hawks is, the way it's presently constructed, and the way that team is doing, I can see why that they're struggling. Because like I honestly don't know what Grant Hill's doing. Like he should have did what Jerry Colangelo like would have done, which is like just have open tryouts and the
Yeah.
best players will play. And
Yeah,
honestly,
I agree.
it's just not Derek White. Like
Yeah, and during the pre or post game, I believe it was him, and he was talking very highly of Derek White, which again, he is great in his role. He and he shows up with definitely when it matters, but that's not the best player that's out there. We already said Kyrie. We already said Jalen Brown. Jalen Brown, the Finals MVP, and you went over him. So yeah, that's not adding up. I don't get it, but it is what it is. He's already on the team.
and honestly, there's like a lot of sneaker politics like involved in this too, because Jaylen Brown, he's an Adidas guy. Derek White, like he doesn't have a sponsorship, but he mostly wears the Kobe's and like Nikes and like other stuff, like most of the other players. And like a Nike, they're sponsoring this Olympic team, and they want a Nike as many Nike guys as possible.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
mean,
There's always a behind the scenes reason as to why things happen, and I mean, shoes is a big part of the game, and that doesn't exclude the Olympics.
that's one reason, and another reason is Jaylen Brown. He's not a fan of the. Hold on, let me see how I can phrase this. He's not a fan of colonizers, and
Yeah,
that's another reason why they left him off the Olympic team. He's not the most patriotic person, so to speak. Like I honestly don't blame him. I don't celebrate the 4th of July. I don't wear anything with the American flags, not really our country, but we're not gonna get into all that right now. Um, and I was reading his tweets earlier, like last night he had the little emoji with the man looking like with his eyeglass sticking out. And then this morning he tweeted out, "I'm not afraid of your res of your resources, which is seems like a direct hit at Nike.
Yeah, yeah, and he's been outspoken when he's had opportunities, and when they've asked him questions outside of basketball, he definitely speaks to the issues in America, and so and that's probably why they didn't pick Kyrie either, even though Kyrie this year uh, hasn't had any poster board material, but that's probably why they didn't pick him either. But I mean, like, if you want somebody to represent your country, why not have the guy that is trying to improve it? Because there's things that are obviously not right.
Mhm.
So yeah, yeah, it's just it's one of them things.
I mean, honestly, and me, like I would have just picked Jaylen Brown because I'm petty and I just want the like every Celtic to play as much as possible before this. So yeah, why not?
Yeah, yeah, get put them all out there all at once. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, in what better way if you're talking about basketball as a whole? You got the team that just won the championship. If you can put as many of the players from that team on the Olympic team, that's good for basketball. Period. That's the global scale that the NBA is continuously going after, and that basketball is going after. So yeah, it would have been a win-win situation to have him on the team, but you went with Derrick White.
Which is like the lamest shit ever.
Right? Yeah, that would be like putting Grant Hill on the team.
Ah, come on, don't do it. Like honestly, like I would pick Grant Hill at what like how old is he now? Like 55 or whatever over Derek White right now.
Right now, you would put him over. Hey, hey, he would give you 1.5 solid minutes, man. I'm sure he could probably do that.
You
But I'm
know what
sure his knees, his ankles is probably shot.
you know what I'm surprised about? You remember how back in the day they used to like just give a college player that last spot and like just
Yep.
basically never played them. I'm surprised like they didn't do that.
Yeah, probably. Well, Christian Laettner was probably the last one, right? I can't remember any since then. Um, so you're right about that. That would have been something nice to do to give that last spot away. But yeah, it seems like they're not. Yeah, it seems like they're not going back to that anymore.
Like like I know all the players, stay 1 year in college or go to the G League or like even give it to like a G League player because technically they're a professional player.
True, true. Yeah, give it to the top G League player. That would be great.
Mhm.
I mean, and that helps out again. That helps the NBA out.
Even though he's still well, he technically hasn't played in college yet, so like I don't even know if he's classified as a college player or but I kind of would have gave the nod to Cooper Flag. Even though he's only 17, they have like 17 and 18-year-olds playing for like other countries in the Olympics. I seen this dude scrimmage against Team USA, and this dude looked like he's ready to play in the league today.
Yeah, yeah. That scrimmage they had, they said he was lighting everybody up. So that would have that would have been a good option to definitely put on the team. I agree with you
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, like if possible, because I'm not sure about the age and the logistics of that. And he's still technically, well, technically he's a high school player because he hasn't played in college yet. But yeah, I kind of, if it's possible, I would have gave him the nod, even though he'll be in future Olympic teams. Maybe I would have
Yeah,
gave it to a guy like Reed Shepherd. You know, I'm pretty sure
yeah,
he'll be, or Donovan Clingan, like he would have been a good guy
yeah,
for that
yeah,
role.
yeah. I mean, you have a ton of options of what you could have done, and I think you went with the least likely option that you could have went with.
Speaking of least likely options, something happened, which I didn't think will ever happen again. The NBA is back on NBC, and hopefully not on Peacock. Well, we'll get to
Yeah,
that.
they will be. I'll tell
Yeah,
you right now.
yeah. they just finalized their deal, well, their new television rights contracts with ESPN, NBC, and Amazon. You know, cable is dying. Like I didn't think I'll ever see the day where the NBA will leave TNT, and we've been talking about this for months already, and I honestly didn't think it was going to happen. I thought TNT or Turner at the last minute will like throw a Hail Mary and have at least 1 week of, well, not a week, couple days of basketball on their slate. But yeah, times change, people change, nothing stays the same forever. So, like, how do you feel about this new media rights deal that's officially happening?
Yeah, I'll say I actually like it. I mean, streaming is the way everything is going. Obviously not having the TNT crew and inside the NBA, I think that's a bad look, and I think that'll be truly missed. But if you think about the direction everything's going, like you said, it's streaming. And
Mhm.
TNT has an app, but it's not as big as what Peacock is. It's not as big as Amazon, and it's not as big as ESPN. So I think the NBA was looking, future. So I'll miss the inside the NBA for sure. But I mean, I got Peacock right now, so whatever games they're putting on Peacock, I'll get those. And then almost everybody's got Prime. So and it's a lot of nostalgia when it comes to the NBA on NBC, the old theme song and all of that. So it'll be interesting to see how the rollout goes because I know they got one more year on TNT. So it'll be interesting to see how it all rolls out.
Boy, and if I'm Chuck, I'm going out in a blaze of glory. I'm saying all the wild shit I can possibly say to get kicked off of national like
Hey,
television.
I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. Him and Shaq are about to be going at it every time. Um, yeah, it's gonna be a show this last year for sure.
So we got Mondays will be on Peacock, Tuesdays NBC, Wednesdays ESPN, Thursday Amazon, Friday ESPN and Amazon, Saturday ESPN and Amazon, Sunday NBC and ESPN.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, and that's weird. I mean, because ABC it was on ABC and ESPN, and now it's gonna be NBC and ESPN, and that's gonna be
well, the finals is still going to be on ESPN/ABC. They're owned by the same
okay.
company.
Right,
So
right. It's the same, yeah.
yeah,
Disney.
and then if I recall right, the first round will be on local markets like it's always are, in addition to like I forget which networks is going to get the first and second round, but I know the first round is local markets plus whichever networks. Second round is no local markets and a mixture of these networks. And the conference finals is NBC and Amazon, I believe, with the finals being on ABC, ESPN, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah,
Disney.
yeah. Disney, Mickey. Yeah, but yeah, man, it's the times are changing, and now is it too late for TNT to get
Yeah,
something, or it's over with?
it's too late. They already signed the deal. So now it's official.
Yeah. So how many years was it? Is it 10?
Yep. A 10-year deal. I forget what the bunny is, but it's way more than what the last one was.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm sure.
So I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah. It's in the bag. NBA is gonna look different next year.
And another interesting thing Adam Silver said during All-Star weekend, he said once the new media rights deals is done, then he'll reconsider with expansion. And I
Right.
already know Vegas is getting a team. It's just a matter of when at this point.
When LeBron retires, yeah,
But I hope Seattle gets a team
yeah. You got to, man. You got to do
for Vegas.
Seattle right. Uh, I think you start probably with Vegas first because that's hot.
Nah, nah,
Every major sport is there now, or gonna be there when the
nah,
A's move.
nah, you can't do that. Just take care of Seattle first. Or
But
like they have the resources to kind of work together at the same time.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, Seattle has things in place.
I think they have a new arena or they just updated their current arena to kind of satisfy the new standards for a basketball arena. Vegas has a whole bunch of arenas, and
Yeah, and you,
I'm pretty
you got a
sure.
hockey team there, so I mean, the
Mhm.
hockey and the basketball team can just share. I mean, so yeah, um, yeah. I think they would probably give it to Vegas first. I think I agree with you. I think they should give it to Seattle, or just do both at the same time. I mean, because it would be a lot of chaos though if you do both. But I do remember Adam Silver saying that. So now we'll see where the NBA goes. But yeah, I would love to see two more teams.
And if they do that, that's two extra teams in the West. That means one they have to realign the whole league and the divisions. The
Right.
two West teams have to come East. And I,
That's true.
and I think that should be the Hornets because they were in the Eastern Conference before when the NBA was on NBC. For the kids who don't know, they used to play in the East. And I know the Mavericks been trying to get to the Eastern Conference for years. Oh, like now is the chance. So
Yeah.
so my vote is for the Hornets. Like always get confused with the Hornets, Pelicans, and Jazz and Bobcats because like always have to catch myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So the Hornets should come to the East and toss up between either Memphis or Dallas because technically they're both in the Eastern.
Yeah. I would say you do Memphis. I mean, Memphis and Charlotte, they're both, yeah.
Well, Charlotte is still in the
So,
East. So
yeah. Well, you mean
I'm talking about like conference wise. I think.
yeah, but Memphis for sure. That makes legit sense. You can't do the Mavericks. You can't do that. They got to stay in the West.
All right, it's your future. I'll just
But
try
I
to
mean,
tell you.
They just sold. So I mean, I don't know. There may be this may be an opportune time to do it. But yeah, I don't know if you can move the Mavericks.
Hey, they can move the Celtics out the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
So, all right. Do you have anything planned for the weekend?
Uh, no, not really. It's kind of a lay low weekend, so chilling for the most part. Not a lot going on. What about you?
No, I'll be hitting the road for I'll be out west for a couple days. Or hell, as I'm about to walk into, I was looking at the forecast out, like all I see is 115, 117. So yeah, I'll be walking into hell's waiting room. Um, Other than that, I just pre-ordered the new college football game. Copped up on some new sneaks as usual, and pretty excited for the WNBA too. They got their All-Star game coming up. It'll be their Team USA versus their All-Stars. Pretty sure they'll make that about the golden child, Caitlin Clark.
You know it. You know it.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think that's this weekend. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, I think that's coming up soon. But yeah, there's a lot of basketball. Summer League, Olympics is around the corner. And like we say in New York, basketball never stops because it really doesn't. We got street ball tournaments. I got invited down to one in Atlanta, so I might go check
Okay.
that out.
Okay.
Um,
Atlanta becoming the location for street ball tournaments. I
hey,
didn't
yeah,
know
let's not get crazy here.
that. Yeah, they can't take over for the Mecca, but I didn't even know they had a tournament. So it's the
Yeah,
first.
Montrez Harrell was just playing there. I think Lou Williams operates it or is one of the
Yeah,
main.
that makes sense. They got lemon pepper wings at the
That's at Magic City. That's 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 for Locked On
at
Hoops.
the concession. Yeah, they only sell lemon pepper wings.
Yeah, so I went down to Miami Pro League last week for their opening weekend. That was all right. Of course, it's Miami, so basketball, even though that was the priority, that ended up being second.
I'm sure. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
But again, that's for Kicks After Dark. You gotta sign up for our Patreon content for that.
Yeah. You're not gonna get that on here.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to everything. Basketball doesn't stop. Sneakers doesn't stop. I'm a Nike guy. So I'm praying to the Nike guys. Don't lump me up with Jalen Brown. Like I don't even own no Adidas. Um, so yeah, peace
Yeah,
out.
it's a good time. It's a good time to be alive.